someone who has always said to us, we can't expect the farmers to do what we don't do. I worked for her for 6 years, so I'm experienced in this. And I remember when we got a block of land at Nu'u for a production site, and it needed to be cleared, she made us do it with bush knives. Some of us were thinking we should be getting a bulldozer in, but as Andy said, the farmers have to do it this way, so do we. In line with that, of course, Andy walking the talk is also an organic farmer. So now I'd like to hand over to Andy to share experience.
In 1998, we began an organic project in Samoa with the sole aim of adding value to our virgin coconut oil. We were producing a high-quality coconut oil, and we couldn't find a market. So we thought adding value through organic certification might work for us. That's all we knew about organics. But not only did it work, we learned so much. We learned how important organics is to our environment, our food source, our health. And as we learned, we began to grow a project that started with just 5 family farms into where we are today. Over 600 organically certified farms in Samoa, the majority smallholder farming families, farming on over 35,000 hectares of land, which includes 5 whole villages. A number of these smallholder farmers now export high-value, organically certified products to niche markets as far away as the UK and the United States. Over the years, we've made many mistakes. One of the biggest was not having a market before we started producing our virgin coconut oil. Whenever we took a step forward, we kept feeling like we were being pushed 2 steps back. And we made bigger mistakes, especially when we started exporting fresh organic bananas to New Zealand. Our first shipment went out, and everything that could go wrong went wrong. But like we had become accustomed to, we took everything as a learning experience, and we grew even more. We learned that to really help our people, we needed to work at their pace, and we needed to consider how they learned and have the patience to understand that for a lasting result, things took time. We started very small. I remember Karen coming back from a meeting with people at the Ministry for Agriculture one day and being really upset because they laughed at her, being so proud of the fact that we'd exported 40 kilograms of coffee to C1 Espresso in New Zealand. In fact, Sam and his staff took the coffee back in their luggage. Well, things are changing. Our oil shipments to the Body Shop go out every 2 to 3 months in full container loads of just over 8.5 tons. Our dried Misiluki bananas go to New Zealand every 6 weeks. And soon, after years of planning and planting, so that we have sufficient supplies of product, we will be in a position to process some new products destined for C1 Espresso in New Zealand. Thanks to partners, the Body Shop International and C1 Espresso, and a few other smaller markets, we have markets for all of our products, our organic products. Even our local market is growing, with support from UNDP, Robert Oliver, and the Samoa Tourism Authority, who support our Farm to Table and Organic Basket project. All we needed were facilities and resources to add a little more value and storage before shipping, and this will soon become a reality for us. We could not have achieved what we have over the years without the important partnerships we've formed with our funders, our buyers, and our government. Our core funders, the New Zealand Aid Program and Oxfam New Zealand, have been key to the sustainability that we have so far. We've had lots of technical support from SBC and FAO, and been supported within our projects by AusAid, the Australian Pacific Leadership Project, the Canada Fund, the British High Commission, the US Embassy. So we've had lots of support, and without that support, we just wouldn't have been able to do our work. Now, the organic movement in Samoa and the Pacific owes a huge debt to our Prime Minister. He's championed organics both in Samoa and in the Pacific region. He has organically certified farms himself, and he believes in the impacts of organics on our environment and on the sustainable livelihoods of our people. The Samoan government, through the Ministry for Commerce, Industry and Labour, has funded the annual organic audit for the past 5 years, and we are now in the process of finalizing support for the building of a warehouse as well as a vehicle to support our farmers. The Samoan Organic Advisory Committee is chaired by our Prime Minister, and it has cabinet ministers, CEOs and farmers on its membership. Samoa's organic movement is blessed, and we hope that other Pacific governments will also show their support for the organic movements and POETCOM members within their countries. Where would we be without our ethically minded markets? We believe that for people to enjoy real, lasting, sustainable livelihoods and create and sustain their own village economies, they need to be involved in the cash economy through the cash that they've earned themselves, not totally through remittances. It is businesses like the Body Shop and C1 Espresso that enable this to happen. Understanding our issues, they work with us to create the platforms through which we can create the products and take them to the market. It took 3 years for us to supply all the coconut oil that the Body Shop needed. They nurtured us, they helped us nurture our growers throughout the whole process. Any other buyer would have left to buy from somewhere else, and they would have gotten the oil for much lower prices as well. The products in the pipeline for coffee, cocoa, specialty teas and pulp fruit has been developed by Sam Krofsky, who's here in the room, and his team at C1 Espresso. Neither WIBD nor our donors have contributed to the product development. And the relationship goes beyond the buying. It just took an email to Sam for advice on how to set up our kiosk at the food court for him to leave his business. He left his family, including a brand new baby, to come here and support us. And he brought 2 of his staff members and some industrial equipment so we could make the smoothies that we've been having. We've had the privilege over the years of working with NASA, not the space station, the National Association for Sustainable Agriculture in Australia. They're our organic auditors, but they've also supported our efforts by taking time to understand the Samoan conditions when they have their audits. They've given us time to pay our audit fees when funding wasn't available in time for the audits, and they supported the production of the Pacific Organic Standard, which was launched here in Samoa a few years ago. Understanding the high costs involved with the annual organic audits, they are currently working with POETCOM to train auditors in the Pacific to do this work. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no point in talking about sustainable livelihoods for people living in isolated situations where there are no markets. Our intention is to turn them into big businesses. It's not about the profits. It's about earning enough cash to live a better life, to be able to pay for an education, to pay for medical treatment. And right now we're struggling to explain this to some of our donors. We think we need to think and start small, to understand that one size does not fit all, and we need to find ways and opportunities to market our products together. And I don't mean just within our own countries. We need to be sharing our experiences and our markets with each other, not only in our Pacific region, but especially amongst us small island developing countries. We can't produce enough ourselves to satisfy these markets. We need to be working together. And at the same time, we need to create and share the value chains that keep the farmers included in the process. Thank you very much.